Good morning. Tamir is here bringing you quality content, mindset, and discipline to learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make them. And now news. News is very important. I'm going to be doing this weekly and throughout the week when it's important to deliver it to you because I believe that you want to be able to make an informed decision. And this morning and last night, reading a lot of articles, looking at a lot of data, there's a big battle now between Michael Burry and Elon Musk. He took a big short position against Tesla. So I wanted to get right into it and explain to you the bull case and the bear case of what I see while these two titans battle it out. For all of you who don't know who Michael Burry is, he's the legend investor from The Big Short who famously bet against the U.S. housing market before the 2008 crash. I was working in the housing market and the mortgage market during that time period. So I'm very familiar with what this guy saw, and I happen to agree with him at the time. He's been vocal in, 2025, towards the end of it this year, about market bubbles. A lot of people thought he was ridiculous. He got in a little early. It seemed like he was going to be wrong. And then, November, we saw some big drops. And then he looked like a fortune teller. But now the market's trying to figure out its place. And, he has mixed opinions. There's a valuation since 2008. His track record's been mixed. So I don't want you to go betting everything on one person or on the other person. Both Elon and Michael Burry are two titans that are battling out for who's going to be right. So let's explain what the forecast is on both and where we're at. Currently, Tesla closed around $430 yesterday with a low of 422 and a high of around 436. I'm going to save the pennies, And in my opinion, as long as it holds above 430 from a technical perspective, it is good. So why does Michael Burry think that it's not good? Well, on the bear case, that people are looking for a 350 or lower price. Why? Because of the fundamentals. He's saying this $1.3 trillion company that's up over 7% this year has no business being up. It's got a PE ratio of over 250. It's got a $1 trillion compensation plan for its CEO. To him, it doesn't make any sense. He doesn't see that the businesses are going to perform so quickly in the short term. And so he's making his bet. He emphasized that the valuation gap and profit reality are not aligned, right? Even though Tesla's got over $5 billion in net income, 95 plus billion in trailing income, and it's got many things over the horizon that it's developing and building and growing with, he doesn't care. In his mind, this is a bear bet. But as you know, one person is not going to shift the whole market. The Tesla bulls look at it as $600. In order for Elon Musk to reach his first level of his compensation plan, he needs to hit $627 a share. That would be a $2 trillion valuation. He needs FSD to move forward, which it is in most places. And he needs AI to start advancing with Tesla's products like their robots. A big part of Tesla's business is the battery business. There's a lot to discuss about the AI and robotaxi narrative that makes a very strong bull case for Tesla. The chip map that they have on the horizon and the ratio of robotaxis that's going to be used, as well as the FSD technology. And then you've got, the semis coming out, full self-driving, starting to take over. And like I said in many videos prior, I rarely see any other kind of charging station but a Tesla one. When it comes to robots and it comes to batteries and it comes to electric cars, you think of Tesla. And they're more than just a car company. They sold out on one of their cars models in China and they're on 8 weeks delivery, a backlog for that now. But in Europe, their sales declined slightly. But car companies don't always have perfect evaluations, and it's more than just a car company. So from the bulls' perspective, Tesla's got a lot of technology on the horizon for it to rise, and it's still floating above the technical level of 430. I personally like to look at more data than that. So what I decided to do this morning was climb into the Tesla put call ratio and see the sentiment analysis starting with this week and through the month of December and as a total. Now, typically when a put call ratio is the PCR is under 0.7, it's bullish. When it's above 1.0, it's bearish. And when it's at 1, it's neutral. So I looked it up. Let me read it off the chart for you so you have accurate numbers. The volume on puts overall is 725, 696,000. On calls, it's 1.18 million and 320. And that gives it a 0.65 PCR, which is bullish. That means there's heavy call buying, and it suggests upside bets are dominating, supporting short-term gains amid recent stock recovery, which is what we just experienced, right? The open interest is also 0.86, which is slightly bullish, which means there are fewer puts versus outstanding calls on the horizon. With this week's expiration date, it's bullish leaning, day by day, changing, obviously, with more puts and calls coming in. Currently at around 0.8, which is a bullish lean. The short-term outlook is bullish. It's holding above the key support level of around 430, which is bullish. It just tested that support today and went down to 422, bounced off of it, tested a resistance level around 436, didn't break it, but not everything happens in one day. It's been holding around this level for quite a few days now. For December expirations, the estimated volume is 0.7, which is mildly bullish as well. So overall, for December, there's a bullish outlook from the perspective of calls and puts and from the technicals perspective, as long as it holds support where it is now. Broader context, strongly bullish with PCR signals, fresh money flowing into calls, countering Burry's dilution concerns. And, this is data as of this morning that I'm looking up. So I don't know if he's planning to scale in more, but currently he's not looking so smart. He's been smart in the past. We'll see what happens. I've seen Tesla blow the shorts out of the water. I've also seen the shorts blow Tesla out of the water. So there's a battle happening right now. And I want you to be informed if you're investing in Tesla for the long term, or if you're more risky like myself and you make momentum plays on the options market, you've got to be cautious. I'm bullish, but with caution, a lot of caution. Anything that I have short-term option calls in, I'm always ready to take my profits right away. Even though the volume flow is positive and everything seems to look good, it could change overnight. A bunch of people could see some news and decide we're getting out, and then slowly things change. Currently, we're in the bull ring, and I see that Tesla is going to be more dominant. But every single day is a battle, and I want you to trade safely, and I want you to invest responsibly. I'm not going to tell you which way to go. I can only tell you what I'm doing in the short term. I've made a lot of money on Tesla, and I've lost a lot of money on Tesla. Overall, I've made, but my losses when I've lost it, not watching, not keeping in touch with the news, not taking profits, not scaling my positions properly, and over trading, I've made mistakes. So if you stick to the rules, the principles of trading, the principles of investing, the mindset that you're supposed to have, you have good disciplines in place, and you're watching and you're ready, you'll be good. If you can't watch it for some reason and you're in the plus, I suggest setting a stop loss, at even. You can't lose if you set a stop loss at break even. Although it fluctuates a lot, and there's always that trading conversation where you set a stop loss and then you get stopped out and then the stock turns the other way and runs. I'm not here to tell you how to trade. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I just want to give you the news, tell you what I'm doing, and tell you how to be smarter at what you do. So for all you Tesla lovers out there, that's the news between Michael Burry, one Titan, and Elon Musk, the other Titan, and they're having a battle royale right now to see who's going to win. Let's see how December comes out. And stay safe, everybody. Trade responsibly. See you later.